So we're in London, England, and we're about to visit the speaker manufacturer KEF. I really hope that you will join us. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, what a space you have here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah?
Well, welcome to the KEF Music Gallery, London.
Thank you. Can you talk maybe a little bit about why you have made this showroom or what it is?
Absolutely. So, I mean, right now you're standing in what is KEF's global flagship experience centre. And really what we wanted to do with this is find a way to let people have a little bit of taste of the brand and what we stand for. So, I mean, if you look over here, we actually have our cafe.
Yeah?
So our cafe is open to everyone Tuesday to Saturday to come and get a coffee. And so it's a place where people can just come in, sit down with their friends, with their family, have a coffee, do some work, have a conversation, but just start to really have an opportunity to listen in high fidelity, which I think so many people don't get a chance to do anymore. And if you take something like the LSX2s that we have here, which is one of our best sellers, I think these ones are just so much more accessible for more people. I think you don't have to be an audiophile, you don't have to understand about component audio to be able to literally just plug and play with something like this. You know, people can stream easily, they have AirPlay, they have Bluetooth, you know, it has all of the connectivity, HDMI, auxiliary, etc. So something like this is a way that people can really understand how it can fit in with their lives quite easily.
So KEF is a British hi-fi company, founded in the 1960s and been building high quality loudspeakers ever since.
Hello, Carl.
It's great to meet you. How you doing? You good?
Yeah.
Great.
Well,
welcome to the factory.
Yeah, thank you. What are you doing here?
So we're just cleaning up a speaker ready to be packed.
Yeah. And this is the Blade model, obviously?
This is a Blade 1.
Yeah.
It's a grey red. All ready to be boxed up and sent out to a customer. So,
how long time does it take to
depends
assemble
where it's
this?
going. To assemble, we can go down and have a look if you like. Yeah,
very much so. Thank you.
The thing that really sets KEF out from the competition is this sincere emphasis on innovation. Everything we do is kind of centered around trying to be the best that we can and to deliver the best possible sound. So although there are many important aspects like design and hitting a price point, the thing that really drives us is technology and delivering the next big thing.
So George, what do we have in here?
Well, this is KEF's anechoic chamber.
Yeah.
So this strange room is an environment where we measure our speakers, and it's perfectly suited to the job.
Yeah. And all these fins that you have around here, what does the room actually do? Because I can instantly say that my voice feels, you know, somewhat in my head right now.
Yeah, it's a strange muffled sensation.
Yeah.
So the idea is quite simple. When we measure a speaker, we want to see, or we want to observe the effects of the sound from the speaker. But this is actually quite difficult to do in a normal room because the sound comes from the speaker, but it then also bounces off all of the walls, ceiling, and floor, and the scattered reflections all end up at the microphone and give you quite a confusing picture.
So this is where we actually assemble the speakers itself. It's a Blade 2 charcoal cabinet, and this is going to be a grey bronze. So he's actually started to put the crossovers in and the wiring. Yeah. So you can see here we've got the wires ready for the LF drive units, the can like we see in the sub-assembly, and that's ready for the trim to go over that to make it nice.
What about you, Mark? Are you assembling everything within this speaker? Yeah. And how long does it take, if I can ask you that?
4 hours, one of these. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it takes quite a long time to put together, and all of our builders, they will build the pair and their name goes on the certificate. So when you get your speaker at home, you get a certificate, it's got the builder's name on it, and all the test results, things like that. These guys have been building these speakers for many years.
And Sarah, when we're talking about your active speakers, I mean, it's quite obvious that they don't look like, you know, particular standard speakers. Is there a reason for that?
It's true. I mean, I think there's always a place for a tradition, and that's why we do offer some products like that. But for our active wireless, I think, as I was saying, you know, these are products that we want to be able to reach more people with and broader demographics. And essentially, when you're putting a speaker into your home, it's an extension of your furniture.
Yeah.
It's an extension of your home furnishings. And we thought, well, we want to be able to give people a broader palette to play with.
Yeah.
And sound is joyful, music is joyful. So why not have some more joyous colours and different palettes to play with, different finishes, different materials, so it can really feel like part of your home and mirror your personality. You know, if you're kind of fun and you're funky, you know, why not have a bright red speaker?
I guess that makes sense.
You know, if you've got more of a minimalist space and kind of clean, pristine, you know, why not be able to have something that feels really contemporary and well suited to that environment? So I think really it's about, you know, if you look at how people's home decor has changed over the years, you know, why shouldn't audio products evolve with that to be able to give someone that fits into their home, and it becomes functional furniture, which I think is a really on-trend subject for the last few years now, of not just having a piece of furniture that sits there, but really is an active part of your home. So this is a very special room for us. This is our podcast studio. So you can see it's very nicely lit here.
Yeah.
The little foam panels which are all illuminated there is actually a little throwback to one of our key features at our Maidstone facility, where we have our global R&D. We have a room there called an anechoic chamber, and it's basically a room with slightly larger versions of those, but it's completely acoustically treated. There's zero reverberations, and it's so quiet you can actually hear your own heartbeat. It's not quite that quiet in here, but we'll go inside. It is.
But it will be fun to test out here in London. I mean, because it is a busy city.
Yeah, we are in the middle of central London. But if you come in and I shut the door behind us, you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty silent in here.
And what is this you have here?
So this is basically a podcast recording kit. So this podcast recording studio is available to basically the community, so KEF customers, business partners, the broader audio industry, and we have this live all the time. So you can see these are on right now. People can come in and they can make a recording and they can take the digital file away from them. And, you know, I think people really love this room, but some people say to me, they say, but Sarah, why does KEF have a podcast studio? Yeah. Like, why? And I say, well, for me, it's quite simple. We make speakers, and speakers sit right at the end of the chain when you consume. Yeah. Okay. And when you consume, you want to consume from something which is respecting the signal it's putting out, and it's trying to represent it as naturally and beautifully as possible. But in order to get the best out at the consumption stage, we want to have the best in at the creation stage.
That makes sense.
This room really celebrates that entire bubble from the point of creation through to the point of consumption.
UniQ is the central technology of KEF since the 80s. Been through many iterations now, but we still use it in everything from our entry-level products to the flagship. Basically, it's taking the tweeter and combining it into the center of the mid-range in a way that produces a coincident source, something that's totally coherent and blends into the room seamlessly.
So this is a speaker that's ready to be tested. So here we do two different tests. First of all, we do a listening test, which Callum can show us. Yes. And that's just listening up through the range and back down to make sure there's no air leaks or any issues with the sound. Yeah. Once we've done that test, we then put it in the chamber and perform a similar test to what we do the smaller chamber with the can assembly and the crossover. Yeah. We do that on the computer. So we'll do the first test now. Yeah.
You might see that the drive units are now beginning to move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you already plugged it in. Sorry, I didn't see.
Yeah. So these drive units are now beginning to move, and if I sweep.
Whoa. Oh. tinnitus returning here.
So once the speakers are past test and we're happy that they're all okay, it then comes down to the end of the line here, where we then do the cleaning, polishing, packing, final video of everything. So everything we build, we actually video. So we go around the speaker, we film everything, and that's another quality assurance thing that we do to make sure that what we're sending out is of the highest quality. So from here they can see all the different angles, they can make sure that everything's cleaned, make sure all of the ports are clean inside.
I want one.
Yeah, so do I.
Now we are going to go into my living room.
Yeah.
So welcome, come in please.
Wow. This is a great living room.
I wish this was my actual living room, but take a seat on the sofa. So this room is supposed to feel like a high-end residential space, like a living room that people can relate to but slightly aspire to. But it's designed to be really flexible. So basically you can audition any KEF speaker in here. So right now we have our Blade 2 Metas, but we can do full in-room R series, we can do LS60 wireless, we can do any system that we want with or without subwoofers. And the idea is to give people an idea of how do these speakers actually sound, how do they perform, how do they look, to start to understand what's the right product for them. But it's not just that as well, we do have a full home AV setup here as well.
I noticed the speakers up in the ceiling.
Yeah, so we've got 4 in the ceiling, which is our CI 160s. We also have a LCR and 2 surrounds. This is our R series range. So the 5160 and the 3160 RL THX. And we also have 2 KC62 subwoofers in here as well. So this actually makes a 5.2.4 Atmos system. But now I would like to take you in to our ultimate experience room.
Whoa. The Muon.
Yes, the Muon. So I don't know if people have ever seen these in person. But I'm 5'6.5". So these are actually handcrafted at our facility in Maidstone. So it takes 2 people to put this through, and this is specially made. What's magnificent about this is it's actually made from 2 halves. It's molded together and it's polished and smoothed so much that you can no longer see the seam.
Wow.
So this is our reference cinema. This is actually a 9 by 14 by 4 room.
By 14, so that means there are 14 subwoofers in here?
That's correct. I did not get those numbers around the wrong way. So if we look over here, and you can see these squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 KC92s in a pyramid configuration. And that is then mirrored at the back of the room behind that paneling. So this is a 12-seater cinema room. And if I just switch it on for you here, so we now go into cinema mode, and we also have a projector on a lift which comes down as well. So that you can go into screening. Now, we do lots of events here as well. So sometimes when we're doing an event, people come in and they go, but those speakers are incredible. Like if I'm doing a playback, please can we have those as well? And so what we've actually done in here is we have the ability to create a hybrid system whereby these Muon speakers actually become left-right.
In the system?
So we overpatch the in-walls and we patch these in. And actually it works because the Uni-Q on the Muon is a very similar size to the 5160. So we are able to kind of balance between the two incredibly well. And so our ultimate experience now is to have a cinema, reference cinema with 14 subwoofers and a Muon. So it really is, you know.
It's very hard to say what the future holds for KEF. The industry is changing in ways that I didn't expect when I started. But I'm sure that KEF will remain at the forefront. And that's because of this emphasis on technology. We're also on the right track now as leaders in the active speaker market. Our LS products demonstrates, the cutting edge of what you can do today and a glimpse of what the future holds, I think.